my name is Linda and welcome to my channel Mochanet Life, where I take you along on my journey of living in Cambodia. In my previous video, I gave you a tour of the Anik Palace Hotel, a 4-star hotel in Phnom Penh, where I shared with you the beautiful decor, the amazing rooftop view, and the delicious food we ate. It's truly a quick way to kick off our stay in Cambodia. But as nice as it would be to live in a 4-star hotel, we are in search of a more affordable option. Let me show you the resources I used and the top 5 tips I have for apartment hunting in Phnom Penh. Now, this section is a bit long, so if you want, feel free to check out the description and skip to the apartment tours. Okay, so here we are in Facebook, and I actually have never had to use Facebook for apartment rentals before, so a lot of this was me learning on the fly. Alright, so as you can see already in the search bar, I just typed in Phnom Penh housing, and then after using it a couple times, I learned that Facebook group had probably the most useful resources. So for instance, this Phnom Penh housing group is a private group. It has 42,000 members. So each of these groups will give you a quick overview of what the group entails, whether it's a public or private group, number of members, number of posts read. I have been a member since May when I started looking for a place to stay. Here, these 4 are grayed out because I have joined the group already, so all I need to do is click visit. But as you can see, there's like 4 or 5 groups that have the title Phnom Penh Housing as a group name, which is kind of confusing, to be honest. I also joined the group by just clicking join here. So here's my first tip: join more than one group. And I say that because each of these groups have different posting. What I find is having a long list of places to review is helpful for me. So let's go into one of the groups. This here, Phnom Penh Housing, as you can see just by scrolling down, here's one that Ni Sovatay, I think is how you pronounce it, posted here. What I like about these is, I'm going to move this aside here. What I like about this is you get to see some basic information. You see a listing of the pictures as well as the rental price, number of bedrooms, what location it is, and what types of amenities it includes. So as you're searching through all of this, one of my recommendations and tip number 2 is to be extremely flexible. So for us, having lived here for 2 weeks prior to searching, we knew that we wanted to stay within the BKK1 area, and so that was nice, but we learned that it was a lot more expensive just because there are more expats and foreigners in the area, which also meant the amenities such as the restaurants really attracts the crowd, and therefore the cost is a lot higher. So definitely be flexible. In our search, we really focused in our area, but we weren't closed to looking at other places. So I'm just scrolling down here, and here's an example. Let's click on this one where you can see the pictures. I went down, I see here it's a 2-bedroom for only $550. It is near the Russian market area. The description such as quiet, safety, surrounded by restaurants. All right, not too bad. So I'll just click on the pictures so that I can see and get an idea of what that looks like. So those are the bedrooms. Here's the kitchen area. Pretty spacious. Looks like there's kind of a breakfast bar and a place to eat, a dining table. Oh, there's a balcony. Not a bad view. Restroom, living room, this nice chandelier. So not too bad. Which actually now, let's see the next room. So just for comparison, here's another 2-bedroom, but it's near the Olympic Market area. The price here is $600. But as you can see, you can click through it and the quality of the picture is slightly different. Even just the layout is different. This is darker, so already it feels not as grand as the one previously. Click through it just so you can get an idea. So this one included some pictures of the rooftop and the gym. So yeah, there's that there. So here's another one. This is, looks like it's a villa. So you can rent anything from studios to condos to villas. Just scrolling again so you can see there's even villas for sale. This one is listed at $217,000. Price is negotiable. I just want to click through it for the sake of clicking through and curiosity. So there you go. Looks pretty. Looks like it's a neighborhood of villas. Bars, let me go back. Bars on the window and the door. Not sure how I feel about that. Nice big kitchen, cupboard area. So that's interesting. Not all groups which post homes for sale, but that's also just helpful to see. Now here's one that's $300 in the Tuol Tumpong area, also a few minutes from the Russian market. Quite a big space, living room. There's some amenities such as a fridge and a washing machine, which is nice. Not all places have that. So this restroom actually has curtains that keeps it separated from the toilet. Something about Cambodian property where the restroom or the shower is not separated from the toilet, not something I prefer. So when I'm looking through these pictures, I'm thinking about stuff like that. I'm trying to find something that has a separate shower and toilet. Not bad for a bedroom, decent size. And then we have a balcony, the rooftop. Okay, so that's another example. Here's one that boasts a Western style apartment. It's $800, 2-bed, 2-bath. Look at that nice picture, definitely photoshopped in some way with a rooftop pool and a lounging area. Life Fitness, that's a brand that is well known in other gyms in the state. Big bedroom. So what you'll notice too is that a lot of these apartments and condos already come furnished, which is kind of cool because you don't want to have to buy all of these things. So that's nice. So that takes me then to tip number 3. You want to use an agent. You actually want to use more than one agent. So one of the Facebook pages that was recommended to me was Expert Realty, and they're a real estate company in the Phnom Penh area. What's kind of nice is that they have reviews as well as lots and lots of pictures. There's a lot of people who have worked with this agency. And this example of their posting shows a 4-bedroom penthouse duplex apartment with gym and swimming pool, where the price is a whopping $9,800. Wow. Definitely out of our price range, but what's nice about working with an agent is they can help you narrow down your focus in terms of your price range, your location, and how long you plan on staying there. So what we did was we reached out after we found, after searching and finding a post that kind of fit the things that we were looking for, we simply messaged them and said, hey, we're interested in seeing this place. Can you set up an appointment for us? So after a few back and forth, the agent will then meet you at the location. You can definitely bring a friend and don't go solo, which is what we did. And then they take you, so they do all the work of connecting with the people who work at the apartment or the condo, and then they'll take you to see the available rooms. So they do a little bit of that middleman work. Now, my understanding is that if you work with an agent here, they'll get some bit of commission. I'm not entirely sure how much, but that's something to keep an eye out for as well. Which brings me to tip number 4. You'll want to visit in person. I think when we're looking through the pictures, it feels like we can live there. It feels like the room is big enough to meet our needs. But when we went to visit these places, we learned that the vibe is just not there, right? Part of visiting with an agent, for instance, is getting an idea of what the neighborhood is like, what security is like, whether there's an elevator or a stairwell to get to the room, whether there's security and how comfortable you feel with that security. Those are all things to look out for. Moreover, when you're visiting the room, you get an idea of where the room is situated in the hallway. These apartment complexes can oftentimes be huge, and you can have multiple rooms on one floor. It really just depends on your preference. So getting an idea of where the room is located, whether you want it near an exit or whether you want it facing the sunrise or the sunset, those are some things to consider when you're visiting. Additionally, pay attention to the detail. A lot of these apartments are 1, 2, 3, 4 years old, so relatively new. However, the craftsmanship isn't always up to par, right? So I have my standards, and I look out for things such as, in the restroom for instance, a bath that's separated from the toilet. That's something that is kind of common here in Cambodia. Not something I'm entirely comfortable with, but that's just how things are. I'm looking at the restroom and making sure it has some of those amenities. Additionally, I like looking at a place that has a gym, for instance. It gets really hot here, and it's not quite as easy to go outside for a stroll. So one of the things that I look for is a gym so that I can easily get a workout done throughout the day without having to worry about getting a heat stroke. Also looking at the lines on the wall, whether the caulking around the sink and the cabinetry looks all right, whether the wear and tear of someone who's rented for a couple months has really set in, whether also if there's apartment service along with the cleaning of the apartment. Those are just little things that I look out for when you go on a visit, once you've identified the home you want to visit and the agent that you want to meet up with. And finally, tip number 5 is to always negotiate. So because there's so many apartments and condos out here, you shouldn't just take what is given to you. Whatever is listed, for instance, if it's $500 a month, $200 a month, or $10,000 a month, right? There are things that you can negotiate to help either make your stay a little bit more affordable or more comfortable for you. So one of the things that we learned is you can request to reduce the rental amount, and that's a little bit easier to do if you intend on staying longer term, is at least a year or more. Most apartment agreements for 1 year can mean a deduction of rent in the amount of maybe $50 to $100. So definitely weave that into the conversation and the negotiation when you are looking to rent an apartment here in Phnom Penh. Additionally, there are other things that you can ask for. There'd be a credit that goes towards your water or electricity, or even if you intend on providing some free services to get a month's free of rent. You know, I've heard a few friends of mine who offered to do advertisement for their apartment and got 1 month free of rent. There are also others who've agreed to do a video review of the apartment, post it on YouTube, and then they also then get a reduction in their rent. So the negotiating opportunities here are really open, and the sky is truly the limit. So definitely take that into consideration when you are looking to rent here. Okay, so those are my 5 tips when you're looking to do apartment hunting. Now let's take you on a tour of those 4 different places that we visited. Hey there, so we're on our way out of our hotel. We're gonna meet up with someone who's gonna show us a condo nearby, see what that place looks like and what it has to offer for the rest of our stay in the next couple months. Alcantara, thank you, doorman. So we're gonna walk there. It's gonna take us about 3 minutes. Make sure I don't fall off the steps here. It's gorgeous right now. There are some clouds. our way to another location. We're actually going to take our bike this time because it's about 10 minutes away.
ooh.